is that both the openers have scored runs. Mayank played that brilliant knock of 89 on a difficult wickets when wickets were fall all around him, and after that the way KL out of this playing 11.
Yeah, interesting the interview I thought anyway, Brian, with Steve Smith where he said it was sticky to bat first, and by that I mean the ball just holds up, it doesn't really come on to the bat, versus the dew in the second innings, and it was pick your poison. Which one do you want to have to deal with? And he said it was an easy decision. We don't want to have to bowl with a wet ball, therefore we are going to make sure we bowl first. Do you like that methodology?
Most definitely. And when he says sticky, in a place like Sharjah where you want the pitch or the set of pitches that you have to last the entire tournament, you've got to put a lot of water in it. There's no grass. So being put into bat on the same venue, winning the toss and bowling first, I think tells us something, that there might be a little bit in there that he does not want his opening batsman to face second time around.
Yeah, well, Jaidev Manatkat is being given the task of opening up, bowling the first over. Rajasthan Royals been one of the sides that have been happy giving the ball to their main strike bowler and Jofra Archer up front, not holding him back to bowl first change. We'll see whether that remains the case tonight. About to get underway, a slip in place, nobody out on the offside, so leg side dominant field.
Yes.
And good start.
I'm surprised that there is a single in there on the outside with everyone in the circle, and I mean, he's pretty much telling us that Unakat has got to keep the ball between wicket and wicket, not give any of those batsmen any room, and deep backward square leg, fine leg on the boundary. I think those are the two fieldsmen looked at the moment to be out.
Well, the most effective, Sanjay, left arm quick bowlers are the bowlers that can swing the ball back into the right hander. It's not really a strength of Unakat, is it?
It's not his strength, to be honest, because he's somebody who likes to angle the ball away from the right-hander, as was on display in the previous delivery. But by having this sort of a field, what he would be forced to do is that most of his deliveries are now going to start from leg stump or outside leg stump, because he can't afford to go wide, and he has to be careful there, otherwise anything on width he'll be punished.
That's bang on the money. He's had his problems recently, Unakat. It's been a big money signing for the last around the park. It's at the death. He has a very good slower ball, but it's a slower ball now that everybody knows about and everybody is expecting.
Anticipating that Rajasthan Royals are going to use him differently this season, purely because of the type of bowlers that they have towards the death, and I wouldn't be surprised if they use him more in the first 6 rather than in the last 4.
That's a good opportunity to see that sticky, tacky bounce that Steve Smith referenced at the toss.
And I heard you spoke about in your game plan, Scotty, about having those short fieldsmen, maybe a short Swedish mid-wicket, short extra cover. It's not employed here, but that one did stick a little bit in the wicket, and you saw a little bit airy going out to that in that particular area.
Yeah, maybe just a case of a bit of water. We know how hot it is in that part of the world. To get to the point where the pitch doesn't break up, often groundsmen will leave it a fraction damp, so that the pitch lasts, but also that means that it will just stand up a little. Yeah, that short cover, I like it. I like that position. If it's not coming onto the bat, then batsmen have to be wary. They can't just hit through the line like they can in Dubai.
Yes, and I just saw, I mean what we've seen a little bit of there is a field change immediately. Where there's two guys out on the leg side, maybe it will last 2 balls at the over. I think the cover is going out just in case the batsmen want to give themselves room, to play over the top. So good, sensible captaincy already by Steve Smith.
Very good first over. 3 without loss. There's our fans. They're up there on the fan wall. Hello everybody, wherever you are around the world. We hope you'll enjoy the coverage of the select dugout. Don't be afraid to get up and dance for us too, especially when Graham Swan's in here. He loves it. Hashtag select dugout at Star Sports India. We will do our best to answer your questions, so fire them through. In 8 matches, only once has a team winning the toss has ended up winning, and that too happened in the very first game. Have captains misjudged the wicket and conditions completely? Are they making too much of the dew? Very good question, that. What do we think, gentlemen?
Well, I think one of the problems is that most of the captains were deciding to bat second, which was not working out. So I think that we saw a change of that recently, and this particular captain again deciding to chase. But he's got a good explanation for it. There's a lot of dew, maybe more dew in Sharjah than any other places in the UAE. So it's yet to see. But I think it's early part in the tournament. It's just a 9th game. Can't be faulting the captains just yet.
No, I'm with you. I think the teams will, as you say, I mean, they'll learn from all of this. The interview with Kane Williamson the last time the Sunrisers played, he expects the pitchers to slow up, the spinners to take more. They've already been in the game a lot, but they're already going to probably improve that and increase their opportunities as this tournament goes on. So I think it'll be an evolving process. Even what will captains do later in the tournament? Side today for David Miller, Yashaswi out, and Joss Butler back. So a change of game plan going with the 2 local boys to open the bowling, and Rajasthan following the pattern of some of the other sides, and their main bowler coming on first change more than likely.
Yeah, and at this venue they can afford to do that because Jofra Archer, with his extra pace, he can hit the ball into the wicket and also at a later stage get the reverse swing, because if there's one venue.
Oh, that is crunched. He's elegant, isn't he? And that is our first unacademy cracking 6.
I'm not sure if I agree with there, Sanjay, because there is a little bit of grip in the wicket, and with Jofra Archer's height and bounce and pace, he would definitely be more problematic for the batsman. So I would really and truly have him in there early, and this could be a little bit of a mistake. Maybe he's trying to get 1 or 2 overs in from the Indian bowlers before he brings Jofra Archer, but early wickets is so important in this game.
Like the intent from my running quickly, and the timing of the shot, the previous one, nice extension of the hands, and gave it a bit of a momentum. He just went towards the line of the ball a bit.
Nice situation to be in too, Sanjay, isn't it? Because Game 1 for Kings 11, it was Mayank Agarwal who played beautifully. Game 2, KL Rahul. So the openers have both in good form. And I think those last 2 balls are a better length. The reason for that is I don't like pitching the ball up quite so much to Mayank Agarwal. I think he gets onto the front foot as quickly as he possibly could or can. And just sometimes that short ball, when it is with good pace, can hurry him up, particularly early in his innings.
It did, but he's got a way to deal with it, because not every batsman is going to be good at all areas. So he manages those areas really well, and he waits for those opportunities for scoring down the ground. End of 2 overs, it's 11 without loss.
Well, this is the case now too. When we look at that footage, it says he struggles with the short ball Brian, Jofra Archer must come into the bowling attack here. I know Unadkat has bowled a very good first over. He only went for those 3 runs. But I would just love to see Archer, because I want to get wickets at this point. Economy is great, but it's about wickets in the first 6.
Most definitely. And we go back to that Mumbai KKR game where they used 2 bowlers and not Pat Cummins, and we saw the result of that with Rohit Sharma getting set and going on to a big score. Now with a team that is the 2 opening batsmen, KL Rahul and Mayank, scoring the runs in both games, I think you'd want your best bowler to dislodge one of them. So yeah, that's over the top short. Does not have the pace of a Jofra Archer to bowl short, and punished over mid wicket by